Is there a big body count?
Around Epstein?
Yeah.
I think there is to an extent. Mark Middleton, who I just mentioned, was found hung by the neck by an extension cord in May with a shotgun wound to the chest. And it was ruled a suicide in Little Rock, Arkansas. And a local court ruled pretty shortly thereafter that no video or, photos of the scene could be publicly released. And this was only after... Mark Middleton had been involved in Chinagate and numerous other scandals, but that only happened just a few months after the visitor logs of him meeting with Epstein was released last December, published by the UK's Daily Mail.
So that's one.
That's one recently. You also have Jean-Luc Brunel, who was a major facilitator of his sex trafficking activities, particularly when it came to the modeling industry. Turned up dead in his prison cell. You have Epstein himself, and then you have the son of Esther Salas, who was the judge overseeing the Epstein Deutsche Bank case, murdered at her home.
Let's not just gloss over Epstein and his death. Do you believe he hung himself?
I think the official story is just, it's crazy, personally, because, he was a tall guy. He's supposed to have hung himself from something that's shorter than his standing height with like paper thin sheets. He would have had to curl up in the fetal position to hang himself. And he's,
You're not going to do that.
It's very, it's logistically impossible. We're supposed to believe all the cameras malfunctioned that night. The prison guards were asleep. It's a lot of coincidences.
So who would we have to believe? I mean, that would have to involve lots of government.
Sure. But he belonged to intelligence. And if you look at, someone like Robert Maxwell, he died off of his yacht. He had a lot of ties to intelligence. Things were, the walls were closing in on him, and his own daughter, Ghislaine Maxwell, thinks he was murdered by rogue Mossad agents and Sicilian contract hitmen. And that's coming straight from his daughter that worked closely with him. So if if things get too hot, if you, maybe did work for them in the past, but you become, more of a liability than an asset, things sometimes happen.